Okay, so she did not, approve for the green card.
The moment Brandon and Julia had been waiting for didn't turn out how they would have hoped. But there is still hope. Let me explain. As Brandon mentioned, the immigration office did not approve Julia's green card, but they also didn't deny it.
We're kind of just on hold, but I feel like we're this close. This close.
Maybe a bit this close before I go Russia.
Okay, I get that this is a lot of pressure on Julia in particular, but she and Brandon have been thinking worst case scenario
I'm just scared.
since they got news of the interview.
But if I'm not approved, then I go Russia and this is broken, we divorce. Oh my God, if something we don't have, I start yell at these people.
Don't start yelling.
Yeah, that wouldn't help. Look, I'm not one to deny reality, but there is power in your words. So they might want to consider giving more energy to what they want to happen instead of what they don't. Julia even asked Brandon if he would go back to Russia with her, and his response was hilarious, but real.
And you would really want me to immigrate to Russia where it's hard enough you kind of left there, didn't you?
We'll get into what this green card situation means for the couple in just a few. Plus,
You want to reduce the boobs.
Angela finally told Michael she is getting a breast reduction on the day of her surgery.
They'll be up, perky, but you won't be able to pull on them like you like.
Pull on them. Ouch. This news got Michael so upset that he called his brother over to have a sit-down conversation about it.
Nigerian men value big boobs. It's part of the reason why I got attractive to Angela on first day, I saw her profile picture. I love it.
Oh goodness, please don't let Angela hear that. Hey 90 Day fans fam, it's Melicia. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This week's episode was a bit slow, but what I'm learning with 90 Days is that you gotta appreciate the build up sometimes, because there were some key moments.
Oh my God, now my heart's jumping,
Let's start with Brandon, Julia, and her jumping heart. They went to the immigration office for Julia's green card interview, which was big. This interview is her last step toward becoming a permanent US resident.
I hope this is the day, go quickly, and now we come here after green card and say, we have green card.
Unfortunately, Julia did not come out doing the dance. After spending about 2 hours inside, they revealed that her green card wasn't approved. Now the big question is, what does that even mean? Well, here's how Brandon explained it.
There's apparently a brand new requisite for the affidavit of support, a brand new document that might be needed, and even the officer doesn't know what it is yet, what exactly the details are. She said what's gonna happen is either in 2 weeks we'll get a letter and it'll say you're approved, or they'll just request for more information. And then I guess we'll have to submit that evidence, that information. But
If she didn't know, how we know?
yeah.
So basically, it's not as bad as it sounds. That's what I'm getting. Like I said earlier, there is still hope.
They said it was approvable, so that's mainly positive. Once they figure out we meet the criteria for the new regulations, I guess we'll get it.
Yeah, Julia was not feeling the positivity.
And this is making me angry and scared.
And Brandon's eye roll right here is everything. I don't see why they wouldn't get approved, but I'm also not an immigration lawyer, so I guess we just have to wait and see. In the meantime, let's move on to our girl Angela, who on the day of her weight loss surgery was still smoking cigarettes.
Joe, do not open your damn mouth unless you smoked a cigarette.
After the doctor told her to stop, he literally explained to her how dangerous it is to do that before an operation.
Smoking is a
I'm
huge
taking
risk.
them. Are you serious? No, I'm taking them.
It's a huge risk. Smoking causes decreased blood flow, causes increased infection, which leads eventually to death.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. She had to sit with that for a second.
Wow.
But like her friend JoJo said,
You can't tell her no. Angela is Angela, and she's her own boss.
Well, luckily in this case, we know for a fact that she ends up okay. But y'all at home, do not do that. At this point, Angela's surgery is just hours away and she's freaking out.
This
On top of that, she calls Michael to tell him she's reducing some of his favorite assets.
they were concerned about my boobs are way too big.
Your boobs way too big.
As a woman, I know that this is one of those conversations where you listen out more for what he doesn't say rather than what he says. Now, at first, Angela was being petty, beating around the bush trying to make Michael jealous. She told him that Dr. Obang, her doctor who she thinks looks like Michael, had to medically massage her.
Why didn't you refuse? Why would the man be massaging my boobs?
He wasn't massaging your boobs. He was medically examining them because they want to reduce them.
Michael looks like he just got his heart broken.
So now you want to reduce the boobs along with the body too now.
Angela went on to explain that this is for the sake of her health. She even revealed that the weight of her chest makes it hard for her to breathe at times, which is on a whole nother level. So, how Michael feels about his fun toys at this point is irrelevant.
They'll be up, perky, but you won't be able to pull on them like you like. Michael, God.
The reduction is just a little, right? Just a little.
I don't
little
know.
bit.
You're more concerned about the size of my damn boobs than you are of my health. If my boobs turn out too small, this can really be bad for me and Michael's relationship. One, I'm gonna be pissed that he don't love me for me. And two, you didn't marry me because of my big boobs, did you? Or did you?
Oof, I don't know, Angela. Based off of what Michael is saying, it seems like that was at least one of the reasons. As I mentioned earlier, this news got Michael so upset that he called his older brother over to vent. And his brother, I think unknowingly, gave him the straight side eye for a minute when he first sat down. He came in knowing that this conversation was about to be wild.
Why did she insist on doing the surgery in the first place?
Nigerian men value big boobs. It is something to be proud of, no? It shows a sign of good living, and the husband takes good care of his wife when she have that kind of, stature. It's part of the reason why I got attractive to Angela on first day, I saw her profile picture. I love it.
Okay, this is something that you can't be mad at. This is how he was raised, it's his culture. Now we know that his love for her boobs is way deeper than the surface. Although I don't think that's gonna make Angela feel any better. Honestly, I don't know if it will make me feel any better because in my mind, it just sounds like you still care too much about my boobs.
In Africa, it is here we have 100% control over our wives. This woman is coming from another culture. Over there, they have freedom. It's quite different. But all this looking more pretty, looking more sexier, this is woman we are talking about. Because after this surgery, she will look more younger, but definitely other men too will also be looking at her. And they will also want to talk.
They should close their eyes. They should close their eyes.
What is most important is for her to close her heart towards those men. You just have to be very, very careful because American women, they are independent.
Yes, we are. And yes, I just hit you with that throwback. It was actually sweet when Michael said the men who look at Angela should close their eyes.
They should close their eyes.
In a weird way, it makes me feel like his love for her is genuine. It does. All right, I've talked about boobs way too much today. More than I ever have in public in my life. So I'm gonna go, but before I do, let's take a look at what happens with Angela next week.
Angela, you're just waking up. You're all done with your procedure. Can you open your eyes? Open your eyes for me.
I think the thing that makes Angela nervous is not waking up. And
Open your eyes for me.
Open your eyes.
That is scary. Thankfully, once again, we know she's okay, but wow, what a tease. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, make sure you stick with ET because as usual, we are covering it all. I will see you next time.